Welcome to Radio Blue Mountains, 89.1 FM. I'm Jared Hurdle, and with me I have Sam Porter. How's it going, Sam?
I'm doing all right. Glad to be here, all the way from the swamplands of Penrith.
Oh, yeah? How's that going for you?
Good. I love it. I love the dirtiness of Penrith, if you know what I mean.
The dirtiness. Why do you love the dirtiness of Penrith?
I shouldn't say the dirtiness. It is a great place to live. But, I mean, I grew up in the Blue Mountains for, 18 years?
Yeah.
I think, probably 19, actually. No, 20. What am I talking about? I moved out this year. I was feeling like an old person. But, I don't know, it's, especially just for work and stuff, it's easy to get around and a bit more to do, you know? And it's not as cold.
Totally.
I got out of the car about, 45 minutes ago and I'm going, damn. Don't miss this. The weather I talk about. I do miss the mountains a little bit, but yeah.
What do you miss?
I guess it's easier. Everyone's a bit easier and
More
a bit
relaxed,
nicer.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I miss it for the same reasons I almost like Penrith, in the sense that people get a bit crazy in Penrith. I like that.
Yeah, okay.
But that doesn't happen. Well, Timber maybe, but you know.
Do you just find that exciting?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, there's levels. I don't want to get punched in the head.
No,
coming off the train.
but is it that threat that maybe
it keeps me on my toes? You know, that's the stuff they talk about being character building.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I definitely don't plan to live in Penrith my whole life. I should say Kingswood, because that makes it sound worse. Because when I say Penrith, people go, maybe it's not too bad. You say Kingswood.
So Kingswood is known for being worse than Penrith.
I think it's just smaller, and there is a bit of housing commission.
Yeah, okay,
I do not live in housing commission for anyone listening. I want to make that clear.
All right.
And I think there has been a bit of crime in there. I mean, 2 years ago there was a bikie shooting. Guy got shot in his doorstep. That was pretty full on.
Oh, jeez.
So
I don't know if I even heard about that.
Yeah, I told you I don't know much about it, but I just remember reading that he got shot at the Coles in Penrith, which is that. The Coles with the Kmart next to it and whatever. I know this is real specific. But
Yeah, it's extremely specific. I know the one, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he got shot at in a bloody public car park and then got shot at on his front doorstep. Poor bloke.
Jeez.
So, but I wouldn't say Kingswood's got many criminals. It's not in that kind of sense, not professional criminals anyway. They're all petty theft and dodgy stuff like that. More
misdemeanors, right?
Yeah. But live across from the train station, so avoid 99% of it.
Okay.
We're
And in Kingswood, or wherever you've been, what have you been reading?
What have I been reading? What do you mean? As in
books, magazines, articles?
I guess I spend an ungodly amount of time on Reddit.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Right, and you, Jared, know this better than anyone.
So that's a social media website.
Yeah.
Where people can upvote or downvote any post posted in subreddits, which each have like a category.
I think the best way I explain it to other people is like a mega forum sorted by categories, and those categories are whatever you want them to be.
Yeah.
What is it, the fourth most visited website?
I think, yeah.
In the world or in the States? It's huge. It's a bit bigger in the US, but it's still huge. It's one of those things you don't realize people are on until you actually specifically ask them.
Yeah.
You go, hey, Reddit, and they go, oh, yeah. Or some people have no idea.
Yeah.
But like they've got the presence to have they had Barack Obama do an AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything,
Yeah.
They control accounts.
Which is strange because it feels like this underground thing, but it's not really underground anymore, is it?
Exactly. When I'm on there, I still feel like I'm super cool. I'm hip.
On Reddit.
So
at what point do you bail out? At what point do you go, Reddit's too big?
I guess for me, that's I'll know it when it happens.
I mean, I found with Facebook, it's generally your mum and dad are now on there.
I think the advantage of Reddit is it is split into these subreddits, and each community is very unique, right? So there are some subreddits like Funny, right? Which is originally was a default subreddit, so almost every account is subbed to this.
Is it not default anymore?
I don't know how they do it with new accounts. Probably might even be a still.
I imagine it's still default.
But when you have 20 million subs, the quality goes down, right? The average funniness of Funny is terrible. It's terrible. I've been on Reddit for 5 years. I'm very proud of my old account. 5 years. I was telling, I think, a few people about this before, but the quality is terrible on Half Funny. I don't even know why I'm still sold. It's one of those things that just can't let go. You know?
Okay.
But then I'd look one of my favorite subreddits, which is MMA. Talk about
mixed martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a massive UFC fan.
And I imagine that's mostly just discussing UFC.
Predominantly UFC. They talk about a lot of the smaller promotions and stuff. A bit too. Boxing occasionally.
What's the other one?
Bellator.
I almost said Batoli.
Batoli. What is that?
The olive oil. Italian.
I thought it was ham for some reason.
Batocchi ham.
Batocchi ham. Yeah. They more talk about not so much the practicing of martial arts, but the fighting and the promotions and like
who's fighting. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Discussion. And so obviously,
more the commentators than the.
I mean, in the sense that it's like, we will discuss the fights. And
people are commentating on the sport as opposed to talking about arm bars and triangles.
Yeah. It's good in a UFC being the predominant promotion. You know, that seems to be the topic of conversation most of the time.
Yeah. So what have you been reading?
Oh, look, I'll read. So it's not just text based. Some subreddits I know there's a bit of a tangent, but some subreddits are exclusively text based. So no pictures.
Sure.
No nothing.
Yeah.
This is a mix of text posts, picture posts, videos, GIFs, whatever. One of my favorite things to do after a fight on Sunday is go on the post thread, and people make discussions about the fights. I love reading about that. For me, it helps for the immersion of any sport, entertainment, or anything to
any hobby, really.
Yeah, read anyone and others' discussions and thoughts on the subject. Whether I agree or not is relevant. I just like to hear. I just like to read other opinions, and especially something for me like UFC. I don't know anyone who is nearly as big of a fan as I am. I know, Jared, you've starting a little bit get into it. You were over the other weekend and we were watching some fights together.
Because I've been doing mixed martial arts and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
That enables me to actually sort of understand what they're doing and appreciate it and put myself in their shoes.
For sure. And I think ideally I'd like to get you to be into it. Not necessarily as much as I do, but a bit more than you are. Just so I have someone to annoy about it, you know? Because my roommate bloody cops it. He hears about it endlessly.
And he doesn't seem very interested at all.
Look, he will watch it, but I have to amp up the fight. I'll be like, this is a massive fight. You've got to watch these two dudes. These guys are massive. You know? I'll just talk about it and go on and on and on and on.
So you basically work for the UFC
right.
at this point.
I mean, I need a paycheck by, monthly or something. Even gives me a couple dollars. Actually, obviously pretty terrible because he's still not interested.
Yeah.
But he's actually been to a live event with me and he did love it. So I'm not going to say he's not interested, and he's coming with me to Melbourne in February.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what the sport is or music event. It's always more interesting live.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's UFC is much more of a contrast than watching on TV. Obviously, you're in a static position. This is for any sport, but there's no commentators, which is the biggest
change, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly. But everyone's quiet. It's not a very loud arena.
I imagine everyone's just so hyper focused.
Yeah, it is like that. So you're watching, these guys are circling each other almost, and then someone lands a punch. People roar, right? But then it goes back down. So it's weird how quiet it is in there until something happens.
I really appreciate that.
It's so
cool.
Because
I think it's not just this kind of blood sport, kind of bloodthirsty, uncultured thing. It's an art form.
It's
really.
The opposite. Yeah, exactly. It's these two guys who are at peak performance, two guys or girls at the peak performance, right? Practicing something they've done for years and years and years, and who's the best? Yeah. Is it really different to table tennis? Yeah, maybe you get punched in the head. But these two people, I just made UFC comparison to table tennis, but that's exactly right. It is an art form. These people are practitioners of whatever part of martial arts they are, and they should be respected.
Absolutely.
And I think once people move away from this thought, it is a blood sport.
I just remember, before I even knew the UFC was a thing, I just remember my dad and his friends just kind of being like, "Oh, and have you heard about this cage fighting? How ridiculous is this?" And I think it kind of almost was in the cultural zeitgeist from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that was a WWE wrestling match. I don't even know what that was meant to be.
I was thinking about that.
They brought the cage down.
Yeah.
In that, and And that was the first time I'd kind of seen people fight in a cage.
I do remember that, funnily enough, talking about Reddit, I saw a guy dressed up as
Sam
Peter
Raimi's.
Parker in that cage. You know, he has the spray.
Right,
paint.
yeah. The human spider.
The human spider. Yeah, that's the same as you. Very young. That was like, ooh, cage fighting. And you saw the guy who was versing Bonesaw.
Bonesaw.
And he's just like this scary dude who has no...
But he more kind of represents a WWE wrestler,
Yeah, for sure.
Or WWF.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It was very much the...
Attitude era. Kind of thing.
Heel character, the bad guy who everyone loves to hate. You're in the OC, you don't... I'm not going to say you don't have people you just love to hate. There's a few. But
yeah, totally.
It's not... It is personality driven, but not in the same way that WWE is.
Yeah.
It does feel real. These guys are their real people, you know?
Yeah.
I watch fighters who I really like, who just don't really love chatting that much, you know? They're not natural promoters. You watch them in the cage.
There's that real estate agent who promotes his business when he gets on the microphone against the rules.
Yeah, he is a top 3 ranked fighter in his weight division. He fights lightweight. We watched him the other weekend, and he won quite convincingly, against a guy no one expected him to beat.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, who he beat prior. You know, he beat him, a couple of years ago? 3 years ago? Ali Quinto beat Kevin Lee.
Yeah, okay.
Right, a few years ago. And then Ali Quinto, who is this real estate agent in New York, which is always funny, kind of didn't fight as much. He just focused on his business, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Because most of these guys are full-time pursuing this by the time they're ranked.
Totally.
So then he comes back, however many years later, and whoops his ass again. Properly does it. And I was surprised. I thought Kevin Lee would win convincingly. This is a guy who has good wrestling, weird striking, but not bad, and then good ground game. But he's dynamic, and that was one of his advantages. And he had just come off a quite convincing win of a kickboxer, Muay Thai. Muay Thai, who was the guy who we watched fight before.
So have you only been reading about sort of MMA?
I mean, video games lately as well. I mean, anything. So I know we're going to come back to combat sports, but I watched Creed 2.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I was a Rocky fan before I was into MMA, like watching MMA and stuff. Like Rocky. So totally. Creed was obviously the natural progression from that. It's the spiritual successor and sequel.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed the first one. And then the second one came out. So I was very, very keen to watch it. I heard good reviews about it, which is unusual for a sequel, especially one that almost at face value seems like a money grab, right?
Totally.
Oh, here comes Ivan Drago's son, come back, they're going to have a money, whatever. But it was really entertaining. So what do I do as soon as I finish that movie? I go and read reviews, read thoughts, read people's just opinions on any mundane thing from that. I love it. I don't know why. It's part of the experience for me. Whether I agree with the opinion or not, I just need to know what people are thinking.
I think that's kind of the online culture these days, isn't it? Like you don't just watch the film. You go and you read everything about it, and there's 100%. Fan theories and... Yeah.
I mean, I don't subscribe to fan theories as much. I'm not going to say...
Well, maybe more analysis.
Yeah, definitely. I love that kind of stuff, though.
Totally.
That it always gets me entertained.
So you're not reading any books then at the moment?
No, but I'm going to say I want to.
You want to, yeah.
I just discovered this book on screenwriting. Now, I don't ever expect to do any screenwriting. Right,
I think you could have potential in the area. You watch films so much, and you really do seem to care about films.
I do, and on a good level. But I guess for me, I don't know. Screenwriting is fascinating for me. Character development, character positioning, and all these kind of things is very fascinating to me. So I found this book, Into the Woods, I believe it's called, by John York. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
and it's just like a highly regarded screenwriting book.
Yeah, okay.
Just like about technique and things like that.
Yeah.
And story building and world building and character building especially. So I don't know, I just want to give that a read. It's not a massive book. My life's been dominated by podcasts more than anything. So I've got to...
Yeah, me too.
I've got to pry myself away from my podcasts.
Yeah.
I know you're the same, to read the book. I have the time, right? The time's not an issue. I commute to work back and forth daily on the train, so there's about an hour, almost an hour.
So what is that hour mostly Reddit at the moment?
No, podcasts or YouTube.
Okay.
So
you're happy to sit there, just listen to the podcast and look out the window? Okay?
Yeah, I don't mind that. it's almost like I switch off time. You know, it's good. And it's not like I dislike my work by any means. I love my work, but it's like
you're on when you're at work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got things to do. People that have responsibilities. People that are expecting things of me, and vice versa. Yeah. So when I'm on the train, whether it's a good day or bad day, I like to switch off. Just nothing. I click back and I'm almost at Parramatta. We've just gone past Westmead. You know. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a enjoyment of switching off and just listening to the podcast.
100%. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what all media does for us, right? Unless it's news or like self-help, you're kind of enjoying some kind of comedic or fiction kind of escape.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. But I also use YouTube. But that's almost a guilty pleasure. I almost feel bad about watching YouTube on the train. Weirdly, because I'm like...
You're worried about your data?
No, I actually pre-download a YouTube Red. Shout out to YouTube Red.
Yeah, because Google really needs your support.
Right. I mean, I don't pay for YouTube Red exclusively. I pay for the Google Play, which is like a
music
Spotify version, version of Spotify.
Sure.
And that came with, when I signed up anyway, came with YouTube Red.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that. And you can download the videos.
Yeah.
I download them on my Wi-Fi, watch them on the train.
And what do you watch?
Dude, I just watch some weird stuff, man. Like
weird stuff.
I love cars. I love high performance, not like Japanese cars, like European sports cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens. Okay. Right. You know, like those kind of things. I love them. Love reading, listening, whatever about that.
So essentially, the most expensive cars.
Oh yeah, stuff that I will never ever be able to afford.
Hypercars,
supercars. Now they call them mega cars.
Mega cars,
which is dumb.
What's a mega car? Is it driven by a Power Ranger?
Yes, there's actually 14 Power Rangers with ropes from all the generations.
Including the samurais and the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and they just pull it around, and that's the mega car.
That's pretty cool.
And it's actually just a Toyota Corolla on, you know.
So any car could be a mega car as long as you get every generation of Power Rangers to pull it.
Exactly.
And are they able to just use a rope, or do they have to use some kind of diamond tether? Or?
I think it's, what's the dude who floating head, Zorgon?
What?
So it's Zorgon. No, what's the guy who like directs the Power Rangers?
I think it's Zorgon, isn't it?
If I got that right, that's unbelievable. But yeah, has to be a Zorgon blessed diamantian rope.
Oh, he's blessed it.
Yeah,
and that's why it never
straight
breaks.
From where's she from? The villain?
Power Town.
But a mega car, I think it's just more of a buzzword, really.
Is it essentially the same as a hypercar, like a hybrid?
Sure. Even the word hypercar is almost this.
But that has a definition, doesn't it? It has to be an electric.
No.
A hybrid, doesn't it?
No, you could call the all the kind of Kona's eggs would be classified hypercars.
The what? Sorry.
Kona's eggs.
Kona's eggs.
Kona's eggs.
Kona's eggs.
Without the Z, there's no Z in there.
Kona's eggs.
Kona's eggs, or also known as eggs, or you know, whatever. It's a Swedish.
So then,
brand.
what defines a hypercar? Is there a certain level of speed?
Yeah, I guess performance.
Okay.
We're looking at over 1,000 horsepower.
Okay.
Just like astronomical numbers.
And then what's a mega car?
Well, that's a buzzword I think created for one of the
mega
newer.
Car.
Can you do more of a Jeremy Clarkson voice?
Mega car.
Just turn this into a car radio show. But
it was the MMA show a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we're going to go back to MMA, knowing me. I think it's more of a buzzword because the car was able to produce a megawatt of power, right?
Okay,
now,
so
that means nothing to me.
Relevant to horsepower?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I think it was like a marketing thing, right?
Well, come talk to me when it produces 1.1 gigawatts.
Yeah,
and takes you back to 1985.
That's a.
I mean, to 1955 because you're already in 1985.
Oh, we're always in 1985, really, aren't we?
That's right.
I think.
Or are we in 1984? Ooh.
Dude, don't even bend my mind like that. I would like to see. We should all just try and live for a week like it is 1985. Not that I've ever lived in 1985, but I like my idealized version of 1985, right? Where I'm almost glad I never lived in 1985 because idolized the era.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's what everyone does looking back. And everyone says, oh, the old music was better. But that's because you can look back and cherry pick all the best stuff and all the best films.
100%.
And that's why, it's called rose-tinted glasses, baby.
Exactly right. Every time someone says rose-tinted glasses, have you ever seen the glasses they used to put on chickens?
Chicken glasses?
Chicken glasses, huh?
I've never heard of this.
So, thank Reddit for this one. Now, this could be totally wrong, but I'm going to pretend like it's right anyway. But I think this is what I read. They had these little shades they put over glasses. They were chickens' beaks, noses, and they were basically to stop chickens getting bloodlusted. You like
bloodlust.
Yeah, where they just go crazy and eat other chickens, attack other chickens. Now I don't know what made the chickens crazy, but they had these sick. Look it up. Look up chicken shades.
Chicken shades.
And they're rose tinted, so
that everything looks like blood. Oh, what? You can see this image as well on your monitor, can't you?
No, I'm looking at a black
I thought you had a duplicate.
Let me just see if I got to turn it on.
They're red. Someone's done that thing where they reverse the scroll wheel.
What kind of animal will reverse the scroll wheel? This is like using an inverted controller.
Essentially, yeah.
It's silly.
So,
silliness.
To the listeners at home, the chicken shades just are essentially red John Lennon glasses. Or Elton John.
Yeah,
at least in this case.
Look at him. Look at him. That's fresh. That is fresh.
Yeah.
Look at this one up in the top right. I mean, I know we're talking about almost exclusively audio.
But I mean, you can picture Elton John's glasses being red and shrunk down and put on a chicken.
Exactly right.
Theater of the mind.
That's it. It's almost better if you don't know what they look like. Now we're just looking at topless men cooking.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Hey, beyond
50
me, mate.
Shades of Chicken. All right, I think it's probably a good idea that we get off the internet.
Yeah, we can end up quite poorly.
I like that chicken sunglasses turned into 50 Shades of Chicken.
It's a natural progression. That's exactly what I've been. Every time I think
it's a shady world we live in. So that's awful. What you think of every time someone says rose-tinted glasses?
100%. I think Reddit had a picture of those up, and that's always what I think of now. It's these chicken glasses.
Well, they're pretty rose-tinted.
100%. They're red. It looks like you put cellophane, that disgusting red cellophane stuff that crinkles and used to play with arts and crafts at school.
Yeah.
You make 3D glasses out of.
Yeah, baby.
3D. Did you ever buy into 3D?
I did.
Yeah, I know, that's why I asked. Because I always thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Because it's never that good. You forget you're watching a 3D movie 10 minutes in, personally.
Well, I think with the modern 3D, with the polarized, the dark glasses. But before that, people might forget that we had just red and blue cellophane in cardboard glasses.
So I had a specific memory
Spy Kids 3?
No.
Shrek.
Shrek. They had a Shrek 3D. Or 4D. I think it was just the movie version.
And they sprayed you with water. And
but I had this on DVD.
Farts, right?
I had this on DVD. So this was, obviously, my grandma wasn't spraying me in the face with a water bottle.
Obviously.
Unfortunately. That'd been way more of an immersive experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
But talking about that 4D experience, I was in Paris Disneyland. Was it Paris Disneyland?
Brag about it.
No. Okay, no, I was in Singapore. Sorry, I'm Mr. Worldwide over here.
Yeah, jeez.
I was in Singapore in July. In July, and they have their Universal Studios. Oof.
Just dropped down a level.
I was at Universal Studios. Now, I never used to be much of a rides guy. Is that the thing? Someone who's a fiend for high-intensity rides.
Yeah, totally.
But Amy...
I like my rides. I went to Disneyland last year, and I got to say, it just...
Hey, you got to be Mr. Worldwide. Drop which one you went to. You can't just say Disneyland.
Well, Disneyland isn't that the LA or the Anaheim?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Disneyland in Paris as well. Disney World. I think it's
Disney World in Florida.
Right. Disneyland I know is in Paris. That's the one I went to.
Okay.
Yeah, so my girlfriend, she's massive into her rides. Now, as of when I was in Disneyland in Paris, that's kind of what brought me around. But the only thing I can't do is drops. You know, where they just go straight down.
That's the best stuff, man.
And poop me pants.
Where you go, I'm going to die. Oh, wait.
I hate it. I hate the feeling of my stomach being in my throat.
But it's a love-hate thing. Like, I don't like that feeling, but I like that feeling.
I'm freaking out. Like, I'm legitimately sitting in that chair going, nah.
Like, have you ever been on those rides that just drop you?
Yeah, I haven't. I will never go on them again.
It's
never,
amazing.
Nah, I hate
amazing.
that. Why would I put myself through that?
It's just this thing. It's like it sets off these like biological alarms that are like, you're going to fall and die. And it's just this like, whoa. I mean, I imagine it's just the smaller version of what you experience when skydiving, right?
Yeah.
Because you're just convinced you're going to hit the ground and splat, but then you pull this cord.
I don't know why. I've never been skydiving, so...
Me neither. But I imagine it's that same rush, just times a million.
I don't like the fall. I don't like it. I really do not like it. Although I love backflips, twists, speed, hard corners. I love that.
Okay.
That I can get into. But I'll loop us back to Shrek. You know, it's natural progression. Shrek 4D. So we've been on a few rides. Universal Studios. Actually pretty cool there. We paid for the fast pass, $60 each. So tickets to go was like $80.
Yeah, I got the fast pass as well. I don't know if you can really go without the fast pass. You'd have to
go. An idiot. You're an idiot if
you waste most of your day standing in lines.
Yeah, it's literally like if you broke your time into money, you would have to buy the fast pass. And the one we had was you get one fast pass for every ride, and that's your token.
Like it might even work out cheaper considering your accommodation. Because if you have to go to Disneyland for an entire week to see everything, as opposed to maybe 2 days.
Yeah. 100%.
You've saved a lot on accommodation.
100%. You need the fast pass. Pay for the fast pass. So that was good. We were literally circumventing our lines. Like it was the best. And I don't know why, because they weren't advertised that heavily, the fast passes at Singapore Universal Studios. I mean, keep your eye out, you'll notice them. But it wasn't like they didn't push it. They really didn't push them that much.
Oh, yeah, Universal doesn't. But Disney do.
Yeah, not surprised. So Disney did when we went there. And Universal's are really good. $60, you get fast pass to every ride. You like one fast pass to every ride.
I'm just starting to become self-conscious that this is pretty irrelevant for our Australian audience.
Hey, I'm just Mr. Worldwide. I can't help it. I'm all over the place. Anyway, I've been really looping this anyway. So we went to watch Shrek 4D. Now, I have a strong childhood memory of going to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, at Movie World. And getting sprayed in the face with fart spray. Right? Spray.
So I'm going, this is going to be dope. They have the heaters on, you know the whole shebang.
I bet someone sued because they got fart spray in their eye.
100%. Well,
you got pink eye.
Well, I know I've gone on too long about Shrek and fart spray, but so I'm sitting there and we sit down and the seats are wet and I'm already excited. Not
Sam. Look out.
It wasn't my wetness. Anyway.
It must be a scary...
Right, 100%. Every seat was wet. Every single person in that cinema must have gotten a bit excited. So we sit down and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then whatever happens in the movie and they spray water. But it's a pain in the ass. It's not even fun because your eye level, like, if you looked forward, your probably mouth would be at mouth level with the chair in front of you. And because you're obviously your head's slightly elevated in this movie theater.
So the top of the chair in front of you is at your mouth level?
Maybe a little lower. But
so you get the spray coming off someone's hair into your mouth?
No, it's on the back of the seat. It's on the back of the seat, but it hits you dead in the eye. Like, it's not even funny. It's really brutal. And you're wearing the glasses, the 3D glasses, so they kind of isn't hitting you in the eyeball.
Maybe that's the idea. It's like dripping down your glasses.
But it's gross, and it's cold. And this was a hot day, but it was just gross and cold. And so you don't have to be a bloody genius to put together when water's going to spray from them. They lead up to it. Like, it's a build of a build up. Like, Donkey's going to fall in the puddle and it's going to splash everywhere. And so I'd put my head to the side. Like, I would lean to the side and then it would shoot behind me. And I think whoever was behind me was copping a double spray of water. Because I just didn't want to get hit. The first one was all right. And then I was over it. And they turned the heater on and it's like, ooh, lava, hot. And that was it. There was no fart spray. There was no... Oh, there was bubbles.
Bubbles.
I felt like a 2-year-old.
Well, it's probably for a younger audience.
Yeah, a 20-year-old man should probably not have been in the
Shrek 4D.
Anyway, long story short, Shrek 4D, terrible.
How many stars do you give it?
I give it 5. No, wait.
Man. Whoa, 5 stars! Shrek 4D!
I haven't eaten. I just woke up, literally drove here. Anyway, I'd give it one star. 1 star for production value. I can't even remember if they had the actual voice actors. Probably.
I think they are signed into like lifetime contracts and stuff like that.
Hey, I wouldn't say no to Eddie Murphy level money.
Millions of dollars, yeah.
And Shrek has been memed into a second life almost, right?
Well, they're rebooting Shrek as far as I'm aware.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were doing a sequel coming out this year.
Reboot.
Oh, next
Shrek
year.
reboot.
Is he going to have Mike Myers?
It's going to be fully realistic live action.
Live action Shrek.
I don't know, but I think that's something, they have to do something.
Live action Shrek.
Don't you think they have to do something a bit different?
100%.
Invest.
I'm going to invest in live action Shrek. I know a guy. Just come down to Kingswood and we'll find you a big green man.
That sounds a lot like the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Shrek is everything the Hulk isn't, right? Shrek is lazy.
He's not fit. Yeah,
he's not fit.
Muscular.
And, I mean, he's aggressive, but
not as uncontrollably aggressive.
Yeah.
He's actually, Shrek's a bit of a sweetie when you really get to know him.
100%. He's a softie. Absolute softie.
Just to the peek behind the curtain, to the behind the scenes, Sam, if you could just aim yourself a little more in the direction of the camera, maybe at some kind of 45-degree angle.
Okay. It's all about the visual.
And if you want to see the video of this radio show, maybe you didn't catch the beginning, you can check it out on the YouTube channel. Is now just called Peeps.
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 Revision 3
on
after
YouTube.
60 frames a second, and then it's gone from Peeps Got a Peep, and now we're at Peeps.
And this show was the Peeps Got a Peep show. Oh, actually, not this show. This is the breakfast show.
Yeah.
But my show on Thursdays from 6 till 8 was the Peeps Got a Peep show. Now it is the PeePcast.
I like that more. Oh, actually, no. I call that the same. I like them both.
So check out the PeePcast and the YouTube channel Peep on YouTube if you want to see the video of this.
Also...
And you're listening to 89.1 Blue Mountains Radio. Radio Blue Mountains.
You definitely are.
89.1 FM.
Oof. Look, I would also implore all you listeners to come back this Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to have Sam back on.
Are we back on?
And on a Thursday, we get a little wackier, a little wilder.
Yeah. This is more
just
of a
because
warm-up.
it's a different time slot.
Yeah.
We know the kids are probably listening on the way to school.
Exactly
or
right.
Eating their breakfast before school.
Yeah. Exactly
so that's why we talk about Shrek. That's why we talk about the UFC.
Exactly right. Who doesn't want to hear about getting punched in the head in your breakfast hour? I know I do.
It's a wake up.
100%. Face kick into your day. I feel bad for everyone who's still... Well, I know there are some people going to work today. Not me. I'm on Christmas holidays. So
nice.
I'm going to take full advantage of these holidays and come on Jared's show twice.
And become radio and internet famous.
Oh, I'm going to be famous.
Right, Sam.
That's why. I'm not here for Jared. I'm here for me. I'm going to be famous, Jared. Straight to the stars.
I think so. I think you've got a lot of potential.
I've got it. I'm built for it. I'm definitely built to handle the fame. I definitely could cop it.
How do you know?
I get a feeling inside me, You
feel it in your bones.
Yeah, that might be something else. That might not be fame, but there is something inside of me.
There's some. Oh, could it be a xenomorph alien inside your chest trying to escape?
Man, what a way to go! What a way to go! I think I'd be all right with that.
You'd be okay with that, just because it's so cinematic. Right?
Yeah. Do I get like 5 seconds of life before I, fade to black?
I think they're. They see it pop out, don't they?
I have to. I'd be feeling like I got gypped.
You get that reaction shot, that whoopsie daisy.
Yeah,
shouldn't have eaten those expired eggs.
It's definitely those truck stop egg sandwiches.
You've been watching Futurama.
You know how much I love
the
Futurama.
Worms. I recently watched that episode. Actually,
oh god, that show has a lot of rewatchability, which I rate a show on rewatchability. Yeah,
it definitely helps. Yeah,
100%. And
I feel like. Because I went back and rewatched The Simpsons from about season 1 till maybe the end of season 8, and that's where it starts to
decline,
sort of lose its stride, become a bit less consistent.
Yeah.
So I just went to Futurama.
Okay.
And that seems to be where the talent... Well, I don't know. I don't think all the same writers went over there, but it just feels like Matt Groening wasn't really focused on The Simpsons, went and focused on Futurama.
Well, they say that was more of his project where he really had full creative
more control. Because it's him and David X. Cohen.
Yeah. And then and then it was like a super highly qualified writing cast, right?
They all had like PhDs in physics and maths and stuff.
Did you ever watch his new show on Netflix?
It looks really bad. I've just seen like the trailer for it, and I'm just like, oh no, that's not funny.
It has.
It's just like joke, but none of them made me laugh.
man, this is awkward. I forgot his name. Remember, you showed me his show.
I showed
you. It has Hannibal Buress on it.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Eric Andre.
Yeah, Eric Andre. He's a voice actor in that.
But that doesn't make the show.
No,
good.
but
you can get every sort of talented person, and sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
and that show looks like that to me.
I'm going to give it a go.
I haven't seen it.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm not going to bag it out.
Let me know what you think.
Okay.
Because if I see the trailer on Netflix, which is supposed to show me the best moments of this TV show, and it's just not funny whatsoever.
I will agree with you. The trailer was not funny, and I was worried. But I will give it a go. I haven't watched really anything on Netflix in quite a while.
Me neither. I struggle to find good stuff on Netflix.
I just struggle to... It's a commitment for me.
I tried watching The Fix with Jimmy Carr, you know, the edgy... English comedian.
Yeah. Who always looks like he's very serious, but he's very funny at the same time.
He did like 5 jokes in his monologue, and none of them were funny. They're all those kind of jokes where, oh yeah, he really thinked about that. He really thought about that, and it really makes sense. And you go, oh, but I like to actually laugh.
Yeah, I feel like he, when you're new to a joke, explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You understand it better, but you killed it in the process.
Yes.
I did not make that up. I totally stole that.
That is from someone.
I read it on Reddit.
You read it on Reddit?
I read it.
On Reddit.
I think that's how it's supposed to go, right? That's me. I'm not even my own person anymore. I'm just a collection of stolen jokes and stolen ideas.
You're an NPC.
I am. I'm the NPC of the world.
Non-player character.
I am. I'm just an amalgamation of other people's thoughts, other people's ideas.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Probably.
We're all just imitating things that we've seen other people do.
100%.
And heard other people say.
Yeah, definitely. The bloody weather's flashing at me from the TV. I was getting a bit close-sighted.
Well, it's 10.8 degrees Celsius.
Can you give that to me in Fahrenheit, please, Jared?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's old American.
We're delivering the weather to the Blue Mountains region.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone's streaming outside the Blue Mountains, congratulations.
We're not streaming.
Oh, we're not?
This will be video on demand on YouTube.
Okay.
I might try streaming next week, but I'm trying to, go steps at a time.
Okay.
So I've done an audio-only show.
Yeah.
This is my filming show. Maybe on Thursday we'll try and stream.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We're just cool. Twitch and YouTube or just...
Probably just YouTube.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Built an audience.
100%. Famous, rich. Maybe not rich, maybe not famous. Probably neither.
89.1 FM, Radio Blue Mountains. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. I'm Jared Hurdle, sitting in for Ron. Ron?
I
always, if I'm on air, my brain sometimes just farts, but I'm pretty sure it's Ron.
Performance
Green.
anxiety? Is that what it is?
I think it's a bit of that.
Yeah.
And I'm Jared Hurdle with Sam Porter.
Hello.
Childhood friend.
Definitely. It's been, how many years has it been, Jared?
Well, we became friends initially in maybe, was it our first or second year of primary school?
Yeah, it would have had to have been. I reckon it would have been probably year 1 or 2.
Yeah. So I would have been 7 or 8.
Yeah.
You would have been 6 or 7.
In Katoomba too.
But then we had...
Where it all started.
Then we never saw each other again. I think you stopped coming after
I did.
school
I
care.
detested that place, even as a child.
It was like a weird little prison. It's like you want to go home after school, but no, you go to this little building with a whole bunch of kids that you don't like.
Kids too. They were ratty kids.
Well, it's really the kids that, the parents have to work so hard, right, to afford their rent.
Yeah. I mean... A big reason we left as well is I hated it. Mum understood I hated it, so she took me out. Thank you, Mother. But
I mean, that happened to me eventually.
Yeah. But also, we moved up the mountains. We went to...
Down,
man. I always do that. I always say up.
So this one's up. When you look up at the sky, that's up. And then when you look down at your feet...
Oh, thank you, Jared.
That's down.
Always learning. Learning...
Every day.
But, yes, so I moved down the mountain to Wimmerley.
Yeah.
Which I can talk regionally about the Blue Mountains thing as we're on Blue Mountains Radio, can't I? That's not super specific.
It's not great for the YouTube.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's not great for the podcast online audience.
Okay. Yeah, you're not wrong. But anyway, moved away, whatever. But
and then we didn't see each other for years.
Yeah.
For maybe 5 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe 4 years.
Yeah. And then this weird dude, we're in year 7.
the beginning of high school.
Yes.
Because we went to the same high school.
Coincidentally. This weird dude. We were doing some like character building / what would you call it?
It was like it was an orientation day.
Yeah.
And we had to like build like castles.
A dome castle.
You know, like those straw things with the connectors?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever they found in the arts and craft couple, they were like, "Oh, these little kids might have any
we're going
idea.
to play this."
Just stick them out the back."
And we were just making stuff, but I didn't really care. You know how you get those group activities, and like maybe a few people really care, and they're like, "We're gonna make the most amazing straw connector thing in the next 20 minutes that we get given."
And then that year 9 child who's looking after us has to take it down when we go on to our next activity. But it's not cool to care back then, remember?
That's true. You can't care.
You're in a new environment. You're gone from a big fish in a small pool.
Primary school
to high school. You're the little fishy
fish in a big pond of bigger fish.
And you're
mega fish.
With Power Rangers.
That's right.
From Zorgon.
That's how I like to think of high school teachers, as Power Rangers.
Man, none of them were as cool as Power Rangers at our school.
Oh, I don't know. We had some good teachers.
Oh, no, I'll take that back.
Let's not get so specific with that. So, yeah, during this straw building activity, I saw Sam and I was like, that's totally the kid.
No, you got to remember what you did. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, no. I'm sure you probably remember it better than me. What happened?
No, you go. Your story will be funnier than mine.
No, because I don't really remember what happened with the straws.
Okay, so I thought I spotted this kid, and I go, nah, that's the Game Boy kid.
The Game Boy kid. Because I was the Game Boy kid in after school.
Yeah.
I just played my Game Boy.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. You thought I was the Game Boy kid.
I thought you were the video game kid. Because one day you showed up at school.
I brought my
with maybe a foot and a half. It's probably not this big because we were
I think
little.
it was like 4 or 5 Xbox games.
No, not games.
Oh.
Your Master Chief.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if Mum still has that.
Like scale model.
Yeah.
From Halo 2. I think.
Halo 1. Halo 1. That one was from Halo 1. I did have a Halo 2 one. No, I had a Halo 3 one after that.
Okay. It was very cool. And I remember every kid at Kush, because Halo was the thing in the early 2000s. And every kid was just like, whoa, Master Chief.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was so proud of that thing. That thing was so cool. I think it was given to me from a family friend, whatever.
So I looked up to Sam like, oh, this guy is the video game guy. He knows about the video games.
Well, I think, similarly, Jared always had his Game Boy. I thought
That's
it was dope.
right.
And he always played Pokemon. Now, I had a Game Boy Color. Oh, no, at the time it was Game Boy Advance SP. But I would never allowed to bring it.
Well, for me, it went for so long. I was Game Boy Color
Yeah.
at after school care for years.
Yeah.
And then I got my Game Boy Advance SP. And then guess what I took to after school care for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was never allowed to bring my Game Boy in, so I'd always talk to Jared about Pokemon. I know if anyone actually listened to last Thursday, they had a massive discussion. I say they, this is Jared and his guest at the time, Finley, had a massive discussion about Pokemon. Jared was a little hurt that Finley was going on.
So I think he was really harsh on Pokemon.
He was. I have fond memories of Pokemon. I don't play anymore. Not into it anymore. That's fair. But
I think if you had a Nintendo Switch, you probably would have just bought Pokemon Let's Go.
No,
and
I
played
don't know
it.
if I would. I don't know. Maybe.
It's pretty good, honestly. I was not excited for Pokemon Let's Go at all leading up to its release because it's marketed as like the baby Pokemon for people that play Pokemon Go, and it's supposed to be, the easiest thing. It is easy, but it's just extremely fun.
Okay.
And it's like fully 3D Pokemon.
Yeah.
You can see them in the grass.
I don't know if that's...
No, it's cool.
Is it?
When you play it.
Okay.
Because I remember I was like, I don't know. I kind of liked not knowing, but...
Okay.
But the Pokemon, like a Pidgey, will like swoop you sometimes.
Okay. So there's a bit of a randomized element to
it.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. But so Jared always had his Game Boy, and I thought that was very cool. And he also had a massive talent for arm farts. This is something I will never, ever, ever forget till the day I die. I had a chat, and there we go.
Not as good as it was back in the day.
No, this is a highly mature radio show / visual entertainment piece of Jared farting. I hope you can all hear that. So,
I'm peeking the microphone.
So I asked him, because I could never do it. Now, I wasn't the smartest kid in the world, so I just go, how do you do that, man? How are you able to fart with your arm all the time? And this one, he goes, hair gel. He said you put hair gel in your armpit. I go, no way. That made sense. I don't know why it made sense to me at the time.
It works, dude. Because I had a friend who I grew up with who could do the armpit farts. And I'd like seen it on TV and I was like, whoa, you can fart with your armpit. And I saw this kid do it and I was like, how do you do this amazing magic? And he was just like, oh, I just put hair gel in my arm one time. I put hair gel in my armpit and now I can always do it. And I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. I went home that night, filled my armpit. I think I did both.
What with your dad's
hair gel? My dad's hair gel. And then, I was farting away with this hair gel, like squirting it all over the bathroom as this grotty little, like, probably 6-year-old kid, just like, yeah, I can do it now. And, I had a shower, every day, as you do.
That's pretty good for a 6-year-old. Showering
I
every
was
day.
kind of, against my will.
Yeah, of course.
And they might have been baths. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
And even afterwards, I don't know what kind of magic it is, but I could still do armpit farts. So if you're at home and you want to do armpit farts, but you can't.
Always entertaining. Please put hair gel in your armpits. But I believe you put it in every day. That was what I thought.
That's
so I thought Jared would come to after
every
school
day, purely
with hair gel in his arm. Oh god, this kid's whack. But he was always entertaining. So we kind of gravitated towards each other. I mean, amongst there were some wild kids at that place.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which I don't know. Maybe that's what's distilled in me the love for rough excitement. I don't like being involved in it. Yeah. I don't like to be involved in it, right? So
But even in high school, you're like, oh, tell this kid to go throw a bottle at this kid.
Yeah, I don't mind stirring. I don't know if I love stirring things.
Yeah.
But if I can...
Not really be involved.
If I can step back with
It's probably exactly why you like the UFC.
Maybe right?
You get to watch two people punch each other as much as physically possible and just stand back and go, oh, yeah.
See, if I have the plausible deniability of stirring, I'm happy with that. Maybe that sounds a bit psychotic of me, but... I don't really have any other psychotic tendencies.
Maybe it's slightly sociopathic or
I don't think I have any sociopathic tendencies other than
Sociopathic?
See, I have good
English.
English.
You don't live in a paddock?
I do.
Of socio...
I don't know where you're going with this. So, but, just rough drama. So, like, if there's a fight on the streets, you better believe, Jared, you can attest to this. At school, I would always run to watch it.
Oh, everyone does, though. That's human nature as far as I can tell.
I just love watching that. And I will hang around. You know when you get a feeling in the air?
Like, oh, it's going to happen.
You can feel the tension.
It's going to go down.
You can
Someone shoves the other one and you're like, oh, any second now.
But even the step before that is one of my favorite where you can see the tension, you can feel the tension. You watch the guy looking at the other guy or whatever. That was always exciting for me.
I remember at least one occasion where it was not exciting at all because it felt like there were these two dudes that had kind of just been talking smack to their friends.
That happens all the time.
I'm gonna hit so and so.
That happened.
And then they'd like shove each other a bit and be like, yeah. And then they just walk away and you're just kind of like, don't pretend you're gonna fight. You're either,
exactly. But the best fights always happened where there was no build up. There's no talking about it.
Yeah, you just don't even know.
It was
it
would happen on
stuff you hadn't heard about, some under the ground. There's some really personal stuff going on between. Sometimes it would be two girls.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like watching girls fight. I mean, in the UFC, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, because there's like a legitimacy to it. But 100%. High school girl fights, I don't know, the hair grabbing
it's rough. It feels wrong.
It does. It's so weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we're just sexist, but
hey, they should be allowed to fight, right? I'm not stopping them from fighting.
Should be allowed to fight. But isn't it the law that you can't assault someone? So what do you think assault laws should be removed, or what's?
Can you imagine?
People would just be punching people. I think.
I don't think it would shoot up too high, but I think
it discourages like 50% of
really?
Fights. Well, how many people are just like, I would knock this guy out. I hate him. And if there were no repercussions, they'd just do it.
Okay.
You get the social like, oh, he's a brute. But you might even like that. You might even feel cool when people go, oh, he punched out. No.
Yeah, but I feel like they're like, we go out, we go to the pub, whatever, go to the city.
Yeah.
Alcohol-fueled violence. These guys don't care about the repercussions, right? It's not even a thought. It's not a thought.
See, I think there would be more sober physical things.
I think it'd be more alcohol-fueled violence, honestly. I honestly think...
But there's already tons of that I'm sure that would increase.
Yeah.
But I imagine most people that are like that drunk, they're fighting, are not thinking about getting done for assault. Whereas sober people go, oh yeah, it's illegal as well as socially frowned upon. I reckon half of the people that decide not to punch someone in sobriety would just.
No, you're right.
I mean, there's a reason laws exist.
100%.
Right?
100%. But watching someone smack another person's almost always entertaining.
But do it. Watch the UFC. Don't encourage
100%.
fights.
Yep, exactly right.
Bullying's not okay. Violence isn't okay unless it is a sport.
Unless it's mutually agreed upon.
It has to be consensual.
And that's why I implore you all to watch the UFC. It is highly entertaining, highly skillful, right? And it's just entertaining.
Yeah, extremely skillful.
I love it. I love it. I don't know
a lot of that Brazilian jiu-jitsu stuff you see of people choking people.
Which is, talking about that, I really enjoy watching. I mean, it's the first time I watched UFC properly together was last weekend. And I actually enjoyed watching with Jared a lot because he's one of the few people who get it to the ground.
Yeah.
Most people who have no knowledge about it just
want to see a knockout.
I just want to smack. I just want to see someone smack someone, right?
I love seeing a triangle, a choke.
I'm the same.
A leg bar, arm bar.
I love it. And that's why I wanted to show you that standing rear naked choke.
That was amazing.
Which is pretty impressive.
What's that guy's name?
So Brian Ortega.
He
pulled off a standing rear naked choke off Cub Swanson.
But it he was facing him front on, wasn't he?
Originally, but he crawled up his back. Not only did he pull off a rear naked choke standing, he readjusted it on his back.
I swear it was from the front.
Oh, no, it was. It was a guillotine. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, geez, Sam, supposed UFC expert over here.
I wasn't entirely sober when I watched that. I had a few drinks, so,
But you'd seen it before as well.
Yeah, I watched it live. As in on TV, not in the arena. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was in the arena.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Did you fly? Where was
My name's Brian Ortega.
Oh, hello, Brian. You cut your hair and dyed it dark.
Yep.
You're a jiu-jitsu prodigy, are you?
Yep.
Nice. Who trained
Actually, I'm a bit of a prodigy, I reckon. I reckon I'll have my blue belt.
Like the band?
At some point.
No,
not the band. In MMA. I've been going
Good.
5 days a week.
Good. That is awesome. I'm a little envious, to be honest. I want to do it.
I submitted 2 blue belts yesterday.
How? What did you do?
The first one was a triangle.
Nice. I love a triangle choke.
Me too, when I get them.
Yeah. But they just look smooth, don't they?
Totally. You just feel like a boss.
Now, I would like to preface, I don't have any mixed martial arts experience. Jared, we're like almost polar opposites. He doesn't watch MMA much.
I wouldn't watch it if I wasn't with Sam.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get him onto that.
Or my brother watches it.
Yeah.
We watch it together.
I
don't watch it on my own.
You are going to come over on a Sunday and watch
this Sunday?
John Jones Gustafsson fight.
That's going to be dope.
Because we actually watched the original, their first fight.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're going to come over and watch that.
And I submitted the second. Actually, look, I got to come clean. Girls.
Hey,
but
hey,
I've been submitted by like an 8-year-old boy because I think he was a brown belt, and I just decided not to use any strength.
Yeah, far out.
Because I mean, obviously, I could kill a 8-year-old boy with one 100%. Hand. But
it's a 20.
I'm 21.
You're gonna. If you wanted to, you could kill an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah, but I decided to use no strength, purely technique. He was just so fast and swift and smooth, and he submitted me like 6 times.
I just no doubt this kid's grown up on the mat. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I rolled with these girls. I don't know I think the first one's a blue belt. I know that they come to training a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I at least submitted 1 blue belt.
Nice.
And that was exciting.
That is exciting.
So the second submission was, I was trying to choke her with her own arm, but actually it turned out I was just kind of pulling her shoulder out.
You're going to pop her shoulder?
It was like a shoulder lock or something. And she tapped and...
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
She's just going, I don't want a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many people do.
I do sometimes.
What?
I can actually pop my... I've showed you this.
You want to do the Mel Gibson... Is it Lethal Weapon where he... just whacks it back into place, and you go, "Oh yeah!"
It's cool. I just want to be. I want to be that macho '80s action guy who goes, pops it back in. I can pop my shoulder out a little bit.
What about eating dog food? Would you eat dog food 100%. Like Mel Gibson?
Did I do anything Mel Gibson does? Almost. Actually, I really take that back immediately.
I was going to say,
I immediately take that back.
Instant regret.
Well, yeah. I feel. Look, honestly, not that I ever approve or support what he said, but I do feel he's copped. He has copped it worse than a lot of We look at Matthew Broderick, the guy from. I was okay.
Try not to play with the mic so much.
Sorry,
you probably just shouldn't touch it at all.
I get fiddly. I just need to touch something.
Well, you can touch something else.
What, Jared? My
the
phone?
Table, just like you are.
All right. Anyway, I think his name's Matthew Broderick. What's that movie where they steal their grandfather's car?
Yeah. Is he the main dude from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, he's the main dude. This dude killed someone. He didn't purposely shoot them or anything, but he went head on into. He was driving, head on, veered off off to the other side of the road, head on collision, killed 2 people. His excuse was, I don't remember anything of the day, and he got off with a $175 fine
for manslaughter.
Yep, killed 2 people.
2 counts of manslaughter.
Yeah, well, it obviously got downgraded to from manslaughter to reckless driving.
That's more than reckless driving when 2 humans die.
No one, this is easily forgotten about.
Was this at the height of Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
This was in the 80s.
Yeah, well, Ferris Bueller's Day Off would have been the 80s.
Yeah.
That's,
right? Dude, no one...
Deplorable.
It's a good word.
I don't understand.
Right? But this is what I mean. Because he made anti-Semitic comments, he copped it really poorly. Not that I will
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Not that I ever agree or whatever, but dude's fine now.
Man, I would love to discuss hashtag Me Too with you, but I think it's too much for breakfast radio.
I totally agree with you.
Maybe we'll talk about that on Thursday.
Okay.
Because I have some thoughts and opinions.
Okay, well, I'm going to be much more prepared on Thursday. This was a nice warm-up. But Thursday is going to be...
The weekend went so quickly, man. Yesterday was a flash for me.
Nah, yesterday went forever for me. I was a little hungover, though.
What were you doing?
Hungover. And then I went and bought some Christmas presents. Like an adult. Gosh, that was awful. Yeah,
I've got most of my presents. I probably have a couple I need to...
My girlfriend Amy did most of my shopping. I'm so thankful for that. She's amazing like that.
It just stresses me out, man.
Of course.
Because it's how much do I spend? What do I get? And
it sucks, man. It's just... It's not fun. It's not entertaining.
I just stress out because I'm like, well, I could spend a lot just to be like, oh, I looked after it. The thing's done because I spent, X amount of money.
Yeah, but then you're poorer. Then you're literally poorer.
And then you find out they don't really use it.
Yeah.
Or like it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, should I return it?
See, I don't have to think about it. The only one I had to buy was my Kris Kringle, which for anyone I assume you all do know, but that is Secret Santa.
So what, your girlfriend did all of your Christmas?
All of it. But we do from Sam and Amy, which is the best way to do it.
That's pretty cool.
Because we split it down
and
the
then
middle.
You can get them something significantly nicer as well.
No, we're just still the same. But we're tight asses. She's a uni student.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be a tight ass. I have a full-time job.
You've moved out.
Yeah.
And everything.
But so we just split it down the middle from Sam and Amy. Best way to do it. If you have a partner, that's how you should do it.
Well, Sam, therein lies the issue, doesn't it?
Well, I know for you that's where the issue is, but not all of us are all alone.
Well, I'm all alone.
Not forever, Jared. You'll find that special someone.
You don't know.
I do know.
I could be alone.
I'm a believer. It'll happen.
Hey.
Now that's Shrek. We've gone back to Shrek. It's always Shrek. Anyway, I went and bought some Kris Kringle stuff. So I cheated at Kris Kringle. I'm a bad person. I drew my brother's girlfriend. Now I know her pretty decently well.
So your family does a Kris Kringle?
On my dad's side, yes. It's way better than buying everyone a present. I think it's the way to go. So I drew...
Do you feel obligated to spend more on the present because people get one present?
We have a budget.
What is it?
$70. 70, yeah.
Seems low for one present.
That's all right. It's more... It's good. Not. It means there's no...
Well, I guess, anyone involved in this Kris Kringle has another side of the family that will get them...
Yeah, right. Exactly right. And everyone involved, Luke will be the youngest involved. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure.
And he's 18, 19?
He's 19.
19 now.
So,
I feel like he just turned 18.
19. Anyway,
the time moves quickly.
So, I'm at that stage where I don't really want my stuff. I don't care. I appreciate the present.
I know what I want, and I buy myself the things that I want.
100%. That's what we earn the money for. Anyway, so I cheated at Kris Kringle. We were all at the pub on Saturday night. In Springwood. Mm-hmm. Now I don't come to the mountains much, but we were in the pub at Springwood. And she was there, my brother was there. I went to my brother. I'm like, look, I got your girlfriend. What? I'm a terrible present buyer. I just go nice alcohol.
Yeah, okay.
And she's 19.
What'd you get?
So I said, do you want a nice? I said to her, I went up and asked her, I'm like, look, I got you for Kris Kringle.
You showed her.
No, I went straight up and told her. This is what I mean. I cheated at Krisping. I go, look, I got you. This is my idea. I'm going to either buy a really nice bottle of champagne or a nice bottle of vodka. What do you want? And she goes, vodka. I'm like, done. Easy.
Well, yeah, she's 18, isn't she?
I would have gone for the champagne. I thought she made the wrong decision.
Yeah, but she's 18. 18 is the age of
19,
vodka.
Yeah.
19. That's the vodka
time
in your life.
Yeah. So I went and got her a special edition Belvedere bottle in a box. You know,
Not that we endorse, drinking vodka. That just seems to be the way that crumbles.
This is where it is. You know, if you want to drink vodka. If you don't. You know.
Yeah. Well, we recommend that you don't.
Yeah.
It's bad for your liver.
Exactly.
Alcohol.
Exactly right.
Drink responsibly.
Exactly. If we could have like a pop-up or something.
That's it. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, just don't be an idiot.
89.1 FM, Radio Blue Mountains. Please drink responsibly over this holiday season. This message comes to you from Jared Hurdle. And don't drive.
At all. Just don't drive.
You know what I mean.
If you please don't drive, that would make any less traffic for me better. I don't even drive that much. I drive on the weekends now because I catch the train all the time.
I imagine you save.
Yeah, dude. I'd spend like $30 a fortnight on petrol. It's amazing.
That's
so good.
Yeah.
I had to actually fill up on the way home. But Petty's gone cheap. Petrol has gone a lot cheaper these couple of days. So I timed it quite well.
Yeah.
It's good. But so I got you know when you buy alcohol, but the alcohol comes in a box. It's not the bottle comes in a box.
Yeah. Fancy.
A little nicer.
Yeah.
So I got her that, and then
a cardboard box with a bottle of vodka.
Who knows what's in there? I didn't even open it because this could be water. That'd be funny. I would have gone with a bottle of Veuve. You know, we've talked about this before, but it's this. I don't even know how you say it properly. I'm uncultured, but it's like a bottle of champagne, yellow label. It's like the one. It's not a Dom Perignon. We're not talking like $250 here, but they go for about $80, $70.
Okay.
I was going to buy a bottle of that, but she wanted vodka. Fair choice. So I went and bought vodka. Then I went and got a haircut, and then I went.
Sounds like you should have just got her the champagne, man, because she probably doesn't even know she likes champagne.
I know, but
you don't know that at 19. I don't think. I think I was 20 when I discovered champagne.
100%. I love champagne. I drank. My roommate and I drank a bottle.
And
yesterday.
we're not being snooty or fancy. Like I drink the cheapest champagne.
Well, it's not even champagne at that point, right?
Yeah.
Brut. Is that how you say it?
Sparkling.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can call it brut.
This Veuve stuff is champagne. Like it's actual proper champagne.
Wow.
So, I only know how good it is because I bought it for my roommate.
You of all people should know it's pronounced champagne.
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 It's Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zap Brannigan.
But he doesn't say champagne, does he?
Yeah, he does.
He says champagne, doesn't?
I thought it was champagne. I'm pretty. Because I make that joke all the time.
Champagne. That's even better. Champagne.
Champagne. Would you like a glass of the finest champagne this side of the galaxy?
Champagne.
That would be like an infomercial, yeah. But so I mean, I'll drink cheap sparkling wine. I drank. Well, last time Jared was over, we drank an $8 bottle of.
It was great.
Brut. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's half price at Liquorland.
It's better than most alcohols that you drink.
And it goes down easy. And then at work, I got gifted quite a few bottles of wine. 4 bottles of wine, which I'm awesome. So I got a bottle of sparkling Chardonnay, got a bottle of Prosecco, but I got a gold bottle of Prosecco, which I don't know. I'm a sucker for dumb stuff like that. It was sparkling and gold. So I felt like a baller. This is probably a $16 bottle. I know but then I got gifted a bottle of red, just a bottle of, what was it? I don't remember.
Cab Sav?
Probably. I was least excited about that one. Then a bottle of sangria.
You're not a red guy.
I am a massive red guy, but I just have so many bottles at home. Like, I'm just going to go and sit there for 3 months.
I didn't think you could buy a bottle of sangria.
Well, this is what everyone says to me, but you can, apparently.
Thought you made sangria.
Right? Well, I don't know how good it'll be, but my boss bought it for me.
Is there fruit already in it?
No, you add the fruit after.
You add the fruit.
It's like add fruit, add ice. And
it's like add fruit, add ice, add orange juice, add lemonade, add spices.
You just bought a glass bottle. You just bought a pitcher.
You bought a glass bottle that said sangria.
Right. Well, my boss bought it, and she's a good one. Like, she knows her wines, so I kind of trust. We'll see how this goes. She bought it for me.
Okay.
I also got 2 personalised large Toblerones. That seemed to be the flavour of the month. A lot of people in my office bought each other gifts, and the most common gift was those large personalised Toblerones.
Personalised?
Yeah, mine says Sam on it. Well, one says Samantha. My name is Sam. If anyone's wondering, my name is not Samantha. But people think they're funny.
When they say, "Oh, yours says Samantha."
Yeah. So I got gifted a Samantha Toblerone.
Oh, that's what you were given.
One says Sam, one says Samantha. I laughed. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did laugh.
I bet they just couldn't find Sam, and then
No, you go and ask for it to be printed. So it's like a sleeve that sits over the block of Toblerone.
I bet it was for someone else. And then they went, "Oh, I have to give something to Sam."
Look, I know who bought it for me, and she will always call me Samantha.
Okay.
So I wasn't surprised when I got it gifted Samantha. But
does it make you want to change your name?
Not at all. I love my name.
Yep.
It's an easy name. 3 letters.
Sam.
1
syllable.
Yep. Unisex name. You know, it's just...
Does that appeal to you? Are you non-binary or anything?
No, but, it's one of those things. But I often tell people my name's not Samuel because that freaks them out. Because people think they're funny and will go...
Samuel Porter.
Okay, who's that? It's not me. They go, "What, really? Your name isn't Samuel?" I go, "No, it's just Sam."
What's your middle name?
Maxwell.
I wish it was something with an L, because then you could be Sam L. Hey, Sam L. Porter.
I should just change my middle name to L.
Sam L. Sam L.
Have you ever thought about changing any of your name? Any of your...
When I was a kid, I thought Michael Jackson was a really cool name. I don't know, and I was like, "Oh, maybe if I change it, I'd be Michael Jackson."
That's so stupid.
That's like what you think when you're 5 years old, though, right? You're like, Michael Jackson, though. That sounds cooler than Jared Hurdle.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
But then you realize he's only cool because he was cool, not because the name was cool.
I think Michael Jackson is a cool name.
Yeah.
It just sounds cool, Michael Jackson.
I
think Jackson's a cool last name. Jackson.
It's a better last name than first name. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that, actually. It's a cooler last name.
Yeah. My dad always likes to laugh when people have 2 first names. So first name and a last name, but they're 2
like
first
Kendrick
names.
Lamar.
Yeah. I guess that's very American, so it doesn't sound as 2 first namey here.
Oh, like a John Jason.
Yeah. John Jason. Or John Jason.
John James.
John James. Yeah. I do feel bad for those people. Give them a last name for a first name.
Why?
I don't even really feel bad.
I think it sounds more iconic.
Does it?
To me, it just sounds like these 2 recognizable names, almost like a stage name.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I feel this feels unnatural.
Unnatural.
Yeah, it doesn't feel...
James Dean.
But these are names that are iconic not because of...
No, James Dean's a cool name.
No, James Dean's a cool name because...
Absolutely, it's cooler because of James Dean.
Yeah.
But James Dean in a vacuum sounds cool. James Dean. No?
I don't agree. It's just a name. Like, when you remove the person from the name, it's just a name. I don't... Okay, Peter Parker. It's a cool name, but it's only cool because...
I'd say that's a cool name, just straight up. Also, don't tap the table like that.
This one is the bloody radio police.
That's me.
I do need to be kept in check. I'm no pro.
I am one with the people.
We don't need any music. We got Jared.
That's right. We did an a cappella cover of Stronger.
Yes, you did. You did. I did listen. I missed the first half an hour, but
well, the podcast is actually online, but I only really want to promote it when we get iTunes approved, which I signed up for yesterday. Really excited to get the iTunes approval because then I'm gonna feel like I'm official.
Yeah,
I'm accepted by Steve Globs, and everyone can listen. Like when you can just open your podcast app and listen to this show, you're gonna be like, okay, that's pretty legit.
100%. I look forward to what you create for the cover art.
Oh, it's done.
Oh.
I think you're going to like it.
Good, because...
It's pretty cool, in my opinion.
So I'll give you all a bit of history of Peeps Got a Peeps, now known as Peeps. So back in...
It's just called Peep.
Peep. Damn.
But the Instagram...
Letters are expensive. Letters are expensive.
It's all about that search engine optimization. I told this
SEO.
guy a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, that he was like, "Oh, what's your YouTube channel?" And I was like, "It's Peeps Got a Peep." He's like, "Oh, it's already too long. I won't bother."
How hard is Peeps Got a Peep?
I don't know. I think people...
Come on. What an idiot.
Some people get confused.
No,
some people aren't aware of that Gotta is kind of this official slang. Gotta.
Well, they probably wouldn't... If they don't know what Gotta... If they can't put in Peeps Got a Peeps, they probably wouldn't enjoy it because it's probably a bit too...
intellectual for them, right? Could you imagine if Peeps Got a Peep was too intellectual for you?
Oh, my God.
There would be.
100%
Some people.
100%. 100%. And they're the idiots who can't put in Peeps Got a Peep. I've no sympathy for people who can't handle that.
What were you going to say about the history of artwork?
So I don't know if you've still got the videos up there, but our old gameplay videos when we were called 60 frames a second.
They're still up.
60 frames per second. So, yeah, this is before, we were like, what, 13?
Yeah, I think we'd been friends for a couple years, maybe 14.
Yeah. So we were like,
15.
We're going to be YouTube famous.
Yeah.
We're going to be so famous.
Just discovered YouTube and started watching YouTube.
So we got I pirated, right? I'm going to admit this. I pirated Fraps, which is a software-based recording software, right? So it would actually have an impact on your computer's performance.
100%.
So we will play. What did we play first?
Battlefield 3.
Battlefield 3. I love that game. That is one of my favorite games of all time.
It's good. It's good. I like it more than the other Battlefields.
I like it more than every other Battlefield since.
Yeah.
It hasn't captured that much. Anyway, so we would record gameplay, probably played for like 40 minutes. And then we played Payday 2. So I think there's probably like 3 or 4 gameplays up there.
Yeah, there's a Grand Theft Auto 5. Yep. There's a Cloudberry Kingdom.
Oh, Cloudberry. I remember drinking Goon and playing Cloudberry.
But we were definitely over the age of 18.
100% we were. There's no question about that. Always drink responsibly. That is the message.
On 89.1 FM, Radio Blue Mountains, we promote drinking responsibly and not drinking and driving.
Exactly. Just not driving. That's the new
slogan.
Don't drive.
That's the new push. Well, it is actually quite bad for the planet.
This is bad. You're more likely to die if you drive, right? I mean, if you are listening to this while driving, I apologize if I'm freaking you out.
But I think you're more likely to die if you cross the road.
Yeah. Statistically, I'm sure there's some yeah. But so that was the old YouTube channel. It used to be us, and you changed it to Peeps Got a Peeps. Then you had some. Yeah,
because I felt 60 frames per second was a bit niche, very video game specific, and 100%. Most of my gameplays, I think all of them are in 30 frames per second anyway.
Oh yeah, no question.
So it felt a bit misleading, a bit specific.
And then you moved on to you had some actually really funny videos of you just filming yourself at your dad's place.
Yep,
there was some
like
funny
Joey's
ones.
gym.
Joey's gym is funny. Is that the one where you like pretend to shit
That's
down?
actually not me. That's Joey. Everyone seems to think that's me in that video.
Well, it's easy to get confused.
If you just go on YouTube and search Peep.
Well, you don't even know what your own channel is.
I did it yesterday. Search Peep's Got a Peep because I know it shows up still. Mm-hmm. And there's a video called Joey's Gym, and I actually have a twin brother named Joey. It's
easy to get confused.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like me, but he's got like a goatee and speed dealer sunglasses.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get confused.
Yeah.
But that Joey was quite funny on your channel, and so then you've had a bunch of other stuff, and then you moved into your vlogs, which are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like them?
I quite like the voiceovers. We've talked about this before.
The most recent one, I don't think.
No. That's the one where that Italian bloke.
Midnight Runs.
Yeah.
But the vlog before that doesn't have the Jeremy Clarkson.
What was the vlog before that?
It's like we're at the beach.
I might have missed that one.
Oh. It's the first one filmed on the Canon 5D.
Damn. It's a nice looking camera.
It's beautiful, man.
It is.
I'm in love with it.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I was so in the mindset that, my Samsung Galaxy has such a good camera.
It's good for a phone.
Yeah, totally.
But,
And I remember I was working on this film set and, plugging my YouTube channel. I think I'd mentioned my YouTube channel, and the DOP was like, yeah, show me your YouTube channel and, write it down for me and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And I was writing it down, and one of the girls who's, the special effects sort of editor, shout out to Coco, she was like...
Coco Chanel?
Not Coco Chanel. I don't actually know her last name. And she was like, she just broke down laughing. She was like, you're going to show him your YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you film it on your phone. And I was just like, oh. And I still gave it to him, but then it was like a few days after that. Well, that was pretty much when I decided I will get a camera.
But you shouldn't be discouraged from filming anything just because you're filming it on your phone. That is the best thing that the age we live in now is you have that accessibility at your fingers.
100%.
If you want it, create it, right? Don't let this fancy camera be your only barrier to entry.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if you want to buy it, but that shouldn't be you should be going.
I could have waited till I actually made some kind of profit out of my media before that huge investment. But
it is what it is.
It is exactly what it is.
But I mean, don't let. I mean, I'm not even a creator of anything like this, but I do believe that if you don't let that be your barrier to entry, I'm sure almost anyone would agree with.
There's
me,
a million reasons not to do anything.
Yeah.
You can always say, "Oh, I don't have a good enough camera. I don't have a good enough microphone. Oh, I don't."
And I do fall into that. I'm sure we all do.
Absolutely.
Arbitrary excuses.
You have to become self-aware of it and go, I'm doing is making excuses. I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to film myself in my undies.
Are you coming to the pub tonight?
The pub?
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, it's Christmas Eve today, if anyone doesn't know.
So everyone goes out in Springwood?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, it is a trek for your home, I understand.
And I'm not that excited. I'd rather hang out with you, to be honest. Yeah.
Fair.
Are you going?
I'm definitely going.
Definitely going.
I am staying at Mum's, which is right in the corner.
Okay.
So I am definitely going. Otherwise, I would stay and hang out with you for the rest of the day, but Thursday. That'll be... I'm really looking forward to that show. We'll have afternoon energy.
And we'll be a little more risque, I think.
Definitely. Okay. Good.
Hopefully we can get away with it.
And I've actually kind of been drumming up support. I've told people they've told me they're going to listen. At least 10 people. At least 10 people. So we know we'll have at least 10 listeners.
Awesome. Well, I mean, hopefully the iTunes is up by then, and I'll start sort of plugging the show at that point.
Nice.
Because I like to plug things when they're fully cooked.
Okay. Yeah, well, I told people I did send out the link for the radio station.
Yeah.
So we can listen live and get some questions.
Yeah.
Some people from work.
Actually, you were great with questions on Thursday last week.
I'd already, I don't know, this is when I was talking about past tense, but Jared and his guest, Finley, had a conversation about Thunderbirds.
We did.
And you were struggling to get the number of Thunderbirds. I'd already screenshotted a thing ready to send to you, then I kind of forgot about it. That's when you said, can someone send in a picture? That's why I was so quick. I'd already had it loaded up. So...
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dude, I can't believe you bought 47 Thunderbirds.
I think I told him there were 46 Thunderbirds, and he was like, what?
When was the last time you watched an episode of Thunderbirds?
Well, I actually saw a bit. There's a new CGI Thunderbirds, right?
Yeah, there is.
I saw some of that maybe months ago, maybe a year ago now.
Yeah. I just have some memories of being up at 3 a.m. watching original Thunderbirds.
Wow.
We're in Bondi.
See, my dad and I would go around to garage sales and op shops and just grab up all the Thunderbirds VHSs we could. And we had the Thunderbirds, the first film, still with the puppets, on DVD.
Okay.
That was one of our cherished DVDs.
Nice. You never watched the live action movie though, did you?
It looked so bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
Maybe I was 7 or 8 years old.
It was bad
when it came out, but I just remember being like, that looks awful. You're in trouble when a 6-year-old can tell that your movie's bad.
And the villain is actually a pretty famous actor.
Who? Oh, you can't remember?
No, I'm bad with names. Awful, right? Why did I even bring it up?
I think maybe you're just bad with everything, Sam. You ever consider that?
No doubt. Now I've been exposed live on radio.
Yeah, how's that feel?
No shame.
No shame for being bad at everything. But shouldn't you be bad at self-confidence, therefore feel a lot of shame?
Maybe that's the juxtaposition, the contrast.
Oh, that's why you're a complex character in this screenplay that we call life.
That's why I'm the most complex NPC there is.
Most complex NPC. What have you been listening to?
Podcasts.
What podcasts?
So I listen to a lot of MMA podcasts. Joe Rogan has, when he gets MMA guests on.
Mm-hmm. So you only listen to MMA shows?
No. I listen to a few comedy shows. I listen
of Joe Rogan's.
No. Other comedians. So Joe Rogan, a mix of his stuff. Who doesn't? The official MMA Unfiltered podcast. They're quite good.
The UFC
Unfiltered? Sorry. Official UFC Unfiltered. They're quite funny. Listen to one on the way here. Finish that.
Okay.
That's quite entertaining. I listened to something called What Really Happened. Now, that's a very highly produced, this is big money podcast, I'd like to think Jared and I were listening to podcasts before the golden age of podcasts. On the cusp. Because now everyone's listening to podcasts, right?
And I do think the quality of podcasts has increased.
100%.
Yeah.
But we were listening to them for a while. We've been listening to them for a while.
Yeah. I remember it all started with, I don't know if any of our Australian listeners remember Good Game on the ABC.
Good Game.
Before the budget cuts, before the Liberals ruined
Bloody
the
brutal.
ABC. Well, because we lost Good Game. I'm pretty sure Margaret and David at the Movies is done.
They're done,
well.
which is sad.
And they were like, you had your movie review show and you had your game review show on the ABC.
What more could you want?
Well, maybe a book review show and a
books are for losers.
art review show. But yeah, that was sad.
Very
but anyway, why did I bring up Good Game? Because
we watched the
Barjo.
episodes as a podcast. They released every episode as a podcast.
I didn't actually do that, I don't think. But Barjo, the presenter, had his own podcast called The Shut-In Show. And I think you discovered that.
Yeah.
How did you discover that?
His Twitter, I believe. I was hardcore on Twitter. Do you remember?
You were hard on Twitter? Yeah, I remember that.
And I get into something, I get very sucked in.
It's strange. Twitter's just never really grabbed me. Like every now and then, I try and go on.
Very American, right? You know, and I guess for us, it's like, yeah, sure, you can follow your celebrities, but your friends aren't posting on Twitter, are they?
No, I post like my video uploads and get no
nothing,
retweets. Yeah,
no views, no eyeballs. Yeah. But yeah, we listened to that, the Shut-In show. I actually might go back and re-listen to that. Maybe not. Actually,
it's good, but the thing is, there's like 17 episodes.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I just remember loving that show and being addicted to it, and it just ended so soon, and they were quite far apart as well.
Yeah.
And then for me, I remember posting on Facebook like, "Oh, I'm out of podcasts. Like, I just finished my favorite podcast. I need a podcast." And shout out to Laura Bunting. Do you remember her?
Yes.
She said, "Listen to Tofop."
Okay. I remember we were both into that for a little while.
Yeah. Which is Will Anderson and Charlie Clausen's podcast.
Is he back? Do they still do it?
I think they do.
Okay. Because he was off it for a little while, wasn't he?
Yeah, for ages.
Yeah.
Because Charlie's always getting acting gigs and stuff, and Will's in LA a lot of the time.
He never really took off overseas, did he?
I don't think so. I'm not into him like I used to be.
You used to be a massive fan.
Yeah. Loved the podcast and liked his stand-up as well.
Yeah.
But now I just kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
think I've just discovered better American stand-ups.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember him on his podcast,
right?
talking about going overseas to take off, and he certainly never did.
Well, he took off here.
Yeah, 100%.
He was totally successful here, sold out shows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think his humor was just that very like Australian shouting about things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that translates over there.
Jim Jeffries was like the opposite, right? He took off over there.
Did he really?
He's huge. He has his own late night show.
Okay.
Jim Jeffries, yeah.
I don't like him.
No, I don't think he's funny.
He's very like, oh yeah, oh.
He's like
Isn't that
what
crazy?
an American would want an Australian to be like to be funny, you know?
Yeah,
he's not funny.
He doesn't do anything for me.
But
do you think they just find it funny because of the accent? Like how we find like Irish and Scottish comedians
100%.
hilarious? Yeah.
Well, that's part of it anyway.
Hmm.
That's part of his selling tactic, you know?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate, I was going down to the shops to get sauce roll and then lost my thongs.
How can you lose your thongs? It's ridiculous.
Then a magpie came by, swooped me, and that was my day.
And I was like, fucking magpie? And everyone's like, oh.
There you go. You sign yourself a $25 million show deal.
Oh, mate. I will, but not that way.
Can you as you wouldn't say yes to that.
But that's not what I'm putting out into the world.
Yeah, smart.
This will get a $25 million. This will be the next Joe Rogan H3H3 podcast. I'm calling it right now.
I'm going to be your Hannibal Buress. I'll stand there awkwardly and crack jokes, but bad ones, and kick people in the head.
Why would you kick people in the head?
Because.
Oh, is that because we're going to get assault charges?
Yes.
Abolished?
Yeah. I've got to start kicking people in the head to get them abolished, you know.
You'll get the best lawyers in the game.
Yeah. I've got to prove to the world that they're draconian and unneeded. So I've got to start racking up assault charges to prove they don't mean anything.
All right. I wish you luck on your journey. I think my main concern is this will prevent you from coming on the show.
You think?
And being involved in future YouTube content. It could hurt.
Not if I get my way. Not if I abolish.
But you'll be in the courts for a long time. It's very time consuming.
Probably a lot of dollars spent. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't kick people in the head.
I think you shouldn't.
Okay.
I think
you've convinced me, Jared.
I think what you should do is go on like you already have, but listeners should go on like the Peeps Gotta Peep Facebook page, Peeps Gotta Peep Instagram, subscribe to the Peeps YouTube channel.
I've got to be the first subscriber, yeah?
The first subscriber to the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I've got to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because we created it together.
Yeah, yep. All right. When Jared gets famous, I'm going to claim that.
Well, I'd like to bring you with me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to bring you and Finley and James Roach if he, you know.
Why haven't you had him on the show?
Because he lives in Wollongong. He's always busy.
Yeah.
And I've done one show.
That's true.
You're my second guest.
Well, I will be a second guest for your actual show.
Yeah. But this feels like it's pretty much, we're just doing my show at 8:30 in the morning instead of PM.
I'm looking forward to next Thursday. It'll be good. We'll go out for some drinks after. We'll have some drinks and chill out and whatever. I haven't even seen your place, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you haven't seen my place.
No.
That's crazy.
I've picked you up from out the front.
I feel like I've been there forever.
When we went to Ben CC's party. Shout out to Ben CC.
Shout out Ben Clement Chern, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, man. What a man.
What a man.
So yeah, I picked you up at the front, but
haven't been
good. And then what am I doing that weekend? Nada.
So you're back at work that Monday?
No, that Wednesday.
That Wednesday.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jared and Sam organise their hangouts live on air.
No shame.
I feel as though I quite enjoy the live aspect. Kind of makes me nervous and kind of makes it a better show.
Toes. Yeah.
But I feel like I'm relaxing a bit too much.
Yeah, well, we literally just planned our hangout for the week.
I feel
that's pretty bad.
On this show, we've just been too relaxed. I don't even know if people are listening. I think if I was getting like, listener numbers or like getting calls in or something, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're on air.
It's easy to switch off and go, yeah, no one's listening.
Well,
we don't know.
I honestly think our half-hour conversation about the UFC would have turned a lot of people off because that's something you're either into or you don't care.
Maybe we had some intellectuals who wanted to have a contrasting opinion. I doubt it, but you know, no one challenges himself like that, do they? I shouldn't say no one, but people really don't challenge themselves like they should with their opinions.
I think people do that more intentionally than they would say just listen to something about the UFC when they have no interest.
Exactly. Okay, that's fair. I wasn't like I was trying to make you listen to it. I was just talking about how cool it is.
But there's definitely a tendency, specifically with YouTube, to serve you up kind of based on what they think you believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Stuff that supports your opinions. And I think that has played a part, and social media does the same thing. Like it creates this bubble and it shows you content that is in line with your views. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of makes you double down. Yep. And then we wonder why politics is so polarized at the moment.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's a serious issue. I think everyone needs to get off the internet and only listen to the Peeps Gotta Peep.
This should be the only...
PeePcast.
We should get this government mandated. Can you imagine?
We should become a totalitarian communist government that
100%.
only allows the PeePcast as the only form of entertainment.
Man, everyone would go insane. If they could only listen to us...
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
Maybe everyone would just be a lot happier, a lot more lighthearted and a lot more into the UFC.
Yeah, I think you and I both have an ability not to take things seriously.
Absolutely.
Which is good.
In such serious times, Sam.
Exactly.
We live in serious times.
Do you reckon anyone said we don't live in serious times? Like, all right, 2019, not going to be a serious year. Just don't stress. Going to be easy. We're not going to worry.
Well, I think... So I was talking to the guy that I do landscaping with about this. His name's Jason. I'd love to have him on the show at some point. And he's, I think I've heard of this concept before, but he just kind of brought up, systems have a tendency to become more complicated over time. Mm-hmm. And it's exponential because the more complicated something gets, the more ability... within that complication, it has to get more complicated. Like when you think about the branches of a tree, every time a branch breaks off and another branch breaks off of that, you just kind of end up with this growing complexity.
No, it makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Why wouldn't times just get more complicated and maybe more serious as a result of that?
Definitely. I mean, especially when you can hear about everything, right? Go back to the 30s.
That's definitely part of it.
Who knew what was happening in not only the next city over, but the next country over?
Totally.
And
look, I know I've already said it, but I just think these social media algorithms that is just serving you up what you want. And that's a side effect of this complexity, right?
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought? Like, I don't remember anyone predicting that YouTube algorithms and Facebook algorithms would affect politics.
I know, right? You look at the Russian intervention into the American election, and they were like, the Russians were creating robots and having people legitimately spread pro-Trump stuff on Reddit, YouTube, everywhere.
So that's been proven?
Yeah.
Wow.
What world do we live in where I can't even go on Reddit without some Russian robot telling me to support Trump?
It's funny because it's the Russian robots online kind of versus the entire American media, because all they did was...
right? They plugged it, and that creates...
It was anti-Trump. But I think that kind of fed into it, right? People saw that the media was like universally biased against him.
Yeah.
And then just went, well, I'm not controlled by the media.
Right.
I'm going to vote for Trump.
Yeah, that was totally a part of it. People would go, he's not a politician. That's why we should vote for him.
Yeah, he's not the system.
That's terrible.
He's going to drain the swamp.
Build the wall.
Build the wall. A huge wall.
Huge.
You're not even going to believe it.
I love it how they're crowdfunding the wall. It's like, all right, we're going to build the wall, make the Mexicans pay for it. Nah, you're just going to pay for it.
We're going to start a GoFundMe. Go to GoFundMe/thewall.com /not the Pink Floyd album.
I watched a quite interesting YouTube video about his wealth.
Yeah?
His dad was a shady dude.
That doesn't surprise me.
And that's where all the wealth came from.
Yeah.
His dad.
He inherited how much? Do you know?
Dude, not only did he inherit millions, but he also inherited real estate.
So he didn't just get a small loan of $1 million?
No. His dad funneled millions of dollars, mostly tax-free, into him. Like, that was seen from... Okay, this is what this video kind of was about, but his dad's empire, near the end of his dad's life, became just about how we funnel his money to his kids.
Well, that's what you would do. That's what I would do, right?
Yeah, but he wanted to make it tax-free and, like really just heavily
liquid. That's what accountants do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between, doing your tax return and optimizing everything and, I guess, fraud.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so this dude, I mean, his dad was actually quite a competitive real estate Mongol, but...
Mogul?
Mongol?
He was a mongrel.
Mongrel.
From Mongolia.
So
he was a mogul.
The 3 M's.
Yep.
The quintessential M's.
That's right.
And they named all the towers after each other. Trump Tower, Trump Plaza, Trump... I'd probably do the same.
It's a good name for that, honestly. Yeah. Forget about the man. Forget about the legacy, if you could call it that.
Like when you just totally segregate the name from what it is. Trump. You Trump.
It sounds good. I don't know if I'd have a hurdle tower.
I would. If I made a tower,
I think I'd have a peep tower.
Nah, you couldn't do it because in the States they have peeps and they're those little marshmallow.
No, it's just called peep.
Yeah, but it's
and I
similar.
can copyright it because it's a media.
Yeah, I guess.
Thing as opposed to a.
Your symbol wouldn't be a yellow marshmallow duck.
No, it's a pair of eyes. Peeping.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever called you Peeping Tom or Peeping Jared?
Ooh.
Are you worried about these allegations that might come out that you have become a peeper?
I know that when I told my dad the name of my YouTube channel, he was like, "Oh, that sounds a bit risque. That all sounds a bit." Ooh. Yeah. And never even occurred to me that like peeping is like Peeping Tom, Peep Show, kind of this seedy thing. Because I had this friend at film school, Ryan Kelly, shout out to Ryan Kelly, who like I'd tell him about a cool song or something and be like, "Man, I really got to peep that." You know, and that just like resonated with me. I was like, "Oh yeah, you got to peep that," and I'm going to peep this. And
I've never ever heard that.
Peeped. Well, I think he's quite an Americanized dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe Americans are like, "Oh yeah, I got to peep this," or if that's maybe a hip hop thing, or
you're not sure.
But I like it.
Yeah,
let's peep this.
I don't know. Forever it'll be to me Jared's YouTube show. When you have that association.
Yeah, bro.
So it's forever just that's because anyone anytime anyone says Peep, I'm going to think back to Midnight Runs. Midnight Runs.
The cinematic classic Midnight Runs.
Which I did quite
And if you're wondering what we're talking about, just search Peep's Got a Peep on YouTube or Peep on YouTube or search Midnight Runs. Although I think you get a lot of Midnight Run results.
Yeah.
Search Peep's Got a Peep.
Midnight Runs, is that game? That racing game?
I believe it's a film, Midnight Run.
I swear that's a racing game by Rockstar. Maybe I'm wrong.
It could be a film adaptation.
Midnight Club. Midnight Club, that's what it's called.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, so you bought it?
I bought the Xbox Game Pass for $1 for the first month.
For PC?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was out on PC.
Well, only a few games. So it obviously...
Below's on there, right?
Not sure. I just got it for Forza.
Because Below looks like a really cool indie game. Like, since we're at the end of the show, we can just go full video game discussion.
Okay,
If you're not into games, this is where you can tune out. Just like the Peep's Got a Peep Facebook page and Peep's Got a Peep Instagram, and subscribe to the Peep's Got a Peep YouTube channel.
Do it. Leave a comment.
And look out for the podcast when we get iTunes approved.
Yes. It's only going to go up from here. Hopefully I can make some more appearances.
100%.
Okay, so show me this Below. But while you're searching that, so this is the Xbox
Although
Game
you
Pass.
probably won't care about Below.
Already looks a bit too indie for me.
It's totally indie, but it looks exciting.
So this Xbox Game Pass, $1 for the first month, right?
The Netflix for video games.
Right, but it mostly lends itself to Xbox games. But Forza Horizon 4, which is a racing game, they've integrated, they've kind of, I don't know if they built it with PC in mind, but it runs very, very well.
It's
very,
just
very
this sort of new Xbox ethos to like actually care about PC.
Well, they say they're building the new Halo for PC in mind, so
it's very exciting.
Very,
I had
very
a Halo dream last night. Like I woke up, like I was dreaming Halo, and I was like sniping elites and stuff.
That's sick. Well,
and the graphics were amazing. And when I woke up, I was like, man, is that what Halo Infinite on PC is going to be like?
Apparently, it's going to be a lot more like the second level on Halo 1, where it's going to be
huge. Yeah. I mean, that's what that trailer looked like.
Yeah. And apparently, we're going to get split screen. Local split screen.
Oh, my Lord.
I
can't believe that we didn't have that for Halo 5.
I know, right? Halo 5 was disappointing all around.
I just didn't even play it.
Yeah.
Because I
played it. I mean, I'm a huge Halo fan, but
I'm a massive Halo fan. Didn't touch Halo. Well, I touched it and was like, there were speed lines when you run. I don't know if you saw that. It was like it was trying to be like an Overwatch or some kind of esport kind of game.
Yeah, and I hated that semi-ADS, which means aim down sights for anyone listening. That semi-ADS, right? Halo was special because you didn't need ADS.
Yeah, it was more influenced by a Doom or a Quake kind of shooter, not a Call of Duty.
When they took away left trigger for grenade, I mean, on the default control scheme, I was disappointed. I changed it back, and I never used the ADS. And thus, I shot worse, and thus I did worse. And that's when I left. Anyway, Forza. I was talking about Forza. So I've been playing Forza. $1 for the first month. Awesome. It runs really, really well on the PC. Runs really well.
That's awesome.
So I've been playing that. I just bought...
I can play it on PC. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I've been playing it on Xbox One X.
Got to play on the PC.
But I've got my ultra-wide monitor.
Yeah.
I hope it has ultra-wide support.
Yeah. Look, it's awesome. And I'm, as we were talking about before, a huge car fan. So this game's right up my alley.
Totally.
So I just purchased on the game a 458 Speciale, which is a Ferrari.
Okay.
V8.
Now, in Forza, can you use real money if you want? Yes, I don't like that. But you can earn points through the game.
Yeah. The wheel spins are the new thing. Now, I mean, integrating gambling into video games is the new norm. Which is awful, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, look, I don't even have a problem with gambling, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind gambling, responsibly.
But it's clear what it is.
Exactly.
It's not going, it's a fun little game.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get.
It's a bit... And because kids play these games,
Totally.
Very sad. Very sad,
It's predatory.
100%. 100%. So you buy your wheel spins in this game. Wheel spins. You play the game.
So you spin a wheel. I haven't done wheel spins, man.
Dude, the best way to get money.
I've been playing Motorsport 7, actually.
Okay.
But because Horizon had some huge update, and then I just started Motorsport 7, and
What's your favorite car in Motorsport 7? So just to let anyone know...
I'm not very far.
to let anyone know the difference between Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. So Forza Motorsport is more your Gran Turismo, your track racing, bit more hardcore.
Yeah. More simulatory.
Yeah. Whereas Forza Horizon is more your Need for Speed-esque open world
arcadey.
It's still more like the driving is still more realistic
because it's Forza.
Yeah, because they have that underlying tech. But yeah, so that's fantastic. I really, really like it. I really love Forza Horizon 3.
So you didn't play Motorsport 7?
No, I stopped playing at Motorsport 4.
Was that the launch Forza for Xbox One?
No, maybe that was 5. Motorsport 5 was the launch. I can't remember.
I'm surprised that there's been 3 Motorsports on Xbox One.
Xbox One's quite old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2013, 2014?
Far out, man.
I'm not
2013 it must be, because we graduated in 2015. Well, I graduated in 2015.
Yeah.
And
I graduated in 2014 because I was just smarter.
Yeah, exactly what happens. So, yeah, I don't know. I just remember going to the midnight launch of the Xbox One. I still have that day one. Actually, I don't have it. My little brother has it. I bought a PlayStation. Regret not buying the PS4 Pro. I bought the Slim.
Yeah.
Red Dead could not cop it in the cities.
I'm glad I got the Xbox One X for Red Dead.
If I would go back, I would buy...
I've heard the PS4 Pro sounds like a jet engine. When it's trying to run a game like Red Dead, it's just like...
I play with my Bose noise-cancelling headphones anyway, so... That shouldn't be an excuse. That shouldn't be like, it's okay. The jet engine isn't a big deal because I've got my noise.
But I mean, you get Spider-Man and you get God of War.
Right.
So...
Yeah, exactly. And Uncharted.
I think my attitude is more like when I purchase hardware, it's more about the hardware because... I wouldn't be surprised if a PS5 comes out. It's probably more powerful than Xbox One X, and then I'll probably get that, and then that'll have like a port of Spider-Man and God of War. Like they always do that. Like The Last of Us is on PS4. And
yeah.
I'll probably just bide my time until the hardware's there, because even the Pro's not really on that 4K level. It's almost there.
See, I didn't buy the Pro because I didn't have a 4K TV, so it didn't seem.
Well,
necessary.
I don't have one, but it's more future-proofing.
All right.
Well, I do have this 1440p.
Yeah.
Essentially, because the Xbox only takes up the 16:9 portion of the monitor.
Yeah. I actually should scratch that. I do have a 4K monitor, but I was not going to play it on the monitor. It was like literally for couch gaming. I bought it for couch gaming. But I don't play it that much. After I finish Red Dead, back to the PC.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about buying the new Civ. It's not even new anymore. But
6.
Yes. So I'm a massive Civ 5 fan. But...
Did you really play a lot when we didn't have LAN parties?
Yeah, more than I ever had. So
really, on your own?
Every month or two, I'll sit down and sink probably 3 or 4 hours into a game.
That's not a long Civ game.
But I say 3 or 4 hours session-wise. So I think...
Yeah, but...
I usually...
You don't start a new session every time you play Civ 5?
No.
Yeah.
No. So... And then I won't play it for weeks or a month, and I'll go back and do it and start again and whatever. But the new one looks good.
Have you finished Civ 5?
I just play random game. I don't know. Can you finish it? How do you?
You can like take off to space. I think like you get to the end of the tech tree.
Yeah. So last time I won, last game I played, I won a.
Hey, how's it going?
I won a cultural victory.
Okay. What does that result in?
So. No, was it a cultural victory? No, it wasn't, because that's when you reach utopia, a cultural utopia.
Yeah.
On Civ. Now, that's, I think, the most boring way to win, personally.
Yeah.
Traditionally, I go for the militaristic win.
That's the exciting, dominant way to do it.
You know, you've taken over the world kind of situation.
Yeah.
But last time I won, I tried to go for the scientific. That's where you go to space.
Yeah.
So I tried to do this. This was another game I played. I had all the spaceship parts, trying to assemble them, and then the smallest country won a cultural victory.
Okay.
Because I was going to nuke them, but I didn't. Regrets.
Disappointing, man.
I know. I was so annoyed. And you can play after the game's officially over, but it feels like at that point it's
post-game.
Yeah. I was sad. I was doing so well. You know, I sometimes fall into the habit, which I don't like, of cheating.
Yeah, okay.
So for example, I lost the game I pretty much was going to get steamrolled early on. I just didn't sink enough into my military, and I got steamrolled early on. I was like, no, not happening. Spawn. And then once you cheat, you're going to continue to cheat and stuff like that.
Yeah, you break the seal, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just...
So, regret. I always do it at some stage, and I've got to stop myself. I don't say always do it, but mostly do it.
Okay.
But, yeah. So, actually, to be honest, after this, I'm probably going to go home. I might even play a game of Civ.
Yeah, okay. You don't want to hang out?
We'll hang out for a bit. We'll get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I haven't bloody...
All right, maybe we'll call it there.
I'm happy with that.
Thanks for listening to the PeePcast. Check us out. We'll be on iTunes soon, hopefully.
Definitely.
Check out the Peeps Gotta Peep Facebook page, Peeps Gotta Peep Instagram, Peeps Gotta Peep YouTube channel.
Easy peasy. I'll also come back on Thursday.
From 6 till 8.
Yes.
Or even...
whenever.
9 if you want.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll be much looser. It'll be good. It's a nice warm-up.
Yeah.
Not to say this wasn't bad. This was not a bad show, but I think...
there's something about like we've just woken up. I don't know.
Well, I literally just woke up and drove here.
Pretty much me too. I had a shower.
Yeah, same.
I came here. Yeah. I don't feel as... Here's the section of the show where we come up with excuses why it wasn't as good as it could be.
We'll do better, I promise.
I don't know. Your thoughts aren't really aligned when you first wake up. Maybe I could have meditated if I'd woken up.
That's not a bad idea. I'm going to pre-select some topics. Anyway, for next time.
Alrighty, well, thanks for listening. I've been Jared Hurdle, and I've been with Sam Porter, and we've been filling in for Ron Green on the Radio Blue Mountains 89.1 FM breakfast show. Catch you all later.